Hello everyone, how you guys doing today? So I want to be making more videos, getting very comfortable with cameras, and try to talk about one or two. Sometimes I might talk about football, one of my best hobbies. If you know, you know, and also talk about my daily life, especially my routine with my PhD. Most of you know I'm doing my PhD right now in architectural engineering. So enough that. So I wanted to share this personal experience about what happens, each day. You'll be doing one thing, one research, trying to, fill a research gap. So for those who don't understand how PhD work, it's basically you have this research gap that you're going to fill. So what that gap means is that it has never been done before. So you are going to look for a niche that you're interested in and see how you can develop that niche, how you can grow the knowledge in that niche. So, and justify why you have to do it, give a particular scope that you want to cover in, and also you want to show that yes, this is a better way of doing things. So you have objectives and you have a method that you are going to propose, how you're going to go about it, and of course you're going to have a large group of committee members that are going to review your performance each step of the way. So let me tell you about one of the struggles I have with doing PhD. Sometimes you just wake up, you've been doing one thing for a long time. Most PhD are completed in around 5 years in the US. Other places like Canada, Australia, you have like maybe 3 years to complete it. So one of the challenge that I want to be sharing it. You have several challenges, but in my videos I'll be talking about some of those challenges and how I go about it. It's just like it's different from your regular job, because one thing that I feel like most PhD trap themselves is you know the struggle of doing something one thing differently every time, trying to look for results. They are just caught up in that loophole because what they are doing have never been done before, or it has been done in a kind of different pattern of way. So they are looking for a better way of doing it. And basically, sometimes the brain doesn't work. I'll tell you that. And I think what most people pass through with years and years of doing this is trying to function or trying to be productive while your brain is stuck. I think it is a gift to recognize that today is not a day to work. Today is not a day to do um, that thing you normally do every day and find solutions to problem. That day is just for you to distract yourself, doing other things or doing another aspect of your research, or basically just sleeping in your bed. So I think what makes people lose track of is to try to work and exhaust themselves. So what one thing I would like to say is relaxing and doing nothing is also part of your PhD, right? Understanding when to take a break. And this also applies to your normal day, your normal work. That's if you're into the kind of job that requires you to always brainstorm and think through your process and be meticulous with your decisions. You have to take a break and step back and look at the bigger picture. I always use this idea because when I was doing my master's, one of my senior colleagues at the time advised that when you're done with your work, it's best to just keep it in the cupboard. They call it cupboard time, and go back to it, and you see you have a lot of improvement in so many areas. One of the things is that we as scientists, we don't really understand how to let it go, because even though when you're not working, you're working. So you're always thinking about it while I'm sleeping. Sometimes I wake up and I say, I have a solution to this problem. When I have a problem, I go to bed. I dream about that problem. That's just the truth. So it comes up. So that's just it. It's so interesting, especially when you're doing something you love and you want to just get to that solution every day. You're thinking about it. So You get up and you think you have a solution and you rush to your, to your desktop, try to implement it, try to get that solution, and you're rushing and rushing, and the biggest thing just happened. 8 a.m. in the morning, you're already awake from 6 a.m., and that solution doesn't work. And you're just like, oh my God. That will be your longest day, because you go back to bed and you might never wake up till around 6 p.m. That's how it be. You work a lot with motivation, inspiration, and when that is down, it only take a lot of discipline to go back and try again. Because sometimes you're just lost of words. For words, you're just lost for ideas, and I can speak and speak about the kind of funny ways I get inspiration. I need inspiration to work. So sometimes are not very good times, and the amount of job you can complete in a day would basically sometimes represent the kind of job you complete in a month or a week. So sometimes when you just get that inspiration, I just keep working and working and working. I don't sleep, because it's hard to get that, get that level of concentration after a while. It's different from just going to work. You go to work, you are a driver, you just keep driving. You are a furniture person, you just keep working on your furnitures. You're a nurse, you just keep going there, doing the same thing over and over again, seeing patients and stuff. Same thing. In fact, what you do is based on what kind of what you meet at work, right? So it's just, with time you get used to it, you get used to the pressure, and with time you just get used to that height and that climax of things. So you just get used to it. So, but with this, you're basically having your life in your hands. You can do whatever you want. So, but that blessing might soon become a curse, because sometimes at a particular time you need results. You need to say, what have you been doing? Your supervisor will be like, what you been doing all this while? So something like that. Anyway, this is just an excerpt of what's going on, how to overcome struggles, especially for my followers that are also PhD students. You can tell me how you feel and how you can overcome your own challenge when you are in this blank era. All right. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.